So I'm taking a 4-part writing workshop, and it's about how to tell your story. I think the title is actually How to Write Your Story, but I'm really there to figure out how to tell my story. I really enjoy writing a lot, but I just really struggle with my personal story and how to actually bottle it up in a way that feels true and meaningful and is actually more of like really more of a story than the way that I sort of see it in my own head. So anyway, yesterday, this was one of the writing prompts, and I wanted to share it with you. And I realized as I was going through this first part of the workshop that I think my challenge is more how to communicate my story and like literally tell it out loud to an audience, to other people, rather than just the way I think about it in my own head. As part of that, this is kind of my practice to share this. It's a really interesting class because the way the teacher's structuring it is that she's doing it in 4 parts related to the book of Exodus. First part of the series was actually called What is Your Name? And the whole class was writing prompts related to our name, which I thought was really cool and interesting, especially because I really connect to my name and I really connect to the idea of names and how our names are mazal, and I just feel very strongly about that. So I really enjoyed the class, and I'm like really excited. And the teacher was like super lovely and just really nice group of people. So I wanted to share this first part, and I guess I'll comment on it after. So the prompt was, where is your name from? So here goes. My name is from the cosmos, the very origins of time. It was given to me before I was born, before I was anything but the Creator's plan. Every morning we recite, Baruch Atah Hashem, Yotzeir Hameorot, the luminaries, plural, but alas, I'm yet one. Meorah, which means a bright light or luminary, signals the light of creation. It's not merely who I am, but where I'm from, what I'm made of. I tell people that I chose it when I converted to Judaism, which felt as equally unlike a choice as this name that I supposedly chose. It was my inevitable journey unfolding before me, an unraveling that was destined to be, until I would return to the place where I belong, where the Creator chose to put me. Growing up, I was called Grace, but I never liked that name very much because as a little girl, I didn't really understand what it meant. It was a burden that I carried, the American Christian cloak that dampened my spirit so sorely. Underneath this name, I was buried, but still flickering, a little light, but not yet shining. So that was my prompt, and, by myself right now, the comfort of this video where I can just edit it out or just stop it or decide not to post, it's pretty comfortable. But yesterday, I think also just thinking about this topic and what I brought into the workshop, which is me wanting to tell specifically not just my story, but my conversion story, which I get constantly asked all the time by people, are you a convert? Like, why did you convert? And all that stuff. So I really struggle with that, how to actually answer that in a way that does it justice, in a way that is not frustrating for me to have to repeat and so on. So I'm just kind of carrying a lot into this whole workshop, this whole exercise, I guess. So when I read this in class, I was actually very emotional, and as I was reading it, I started choking up, and toward the end I started crying. And the last few words, I could really barely get out. It was really emotional. It really hammered home for me the fact that it's not so much that I'm challenged by finding the words to express myself. That's never, thankfully, been my issue. I feel like I'm quite comfortable expressing myself, but it's how do I deliver this to another person in a way that's comfortable? So yeah, I just felt really overwhelmed. And also with public speaking, I still struggle with that, and it's something I really want to improve. So the class it was only 10 of us, including me. So it's not like it was a big group, but at really past 4 people, it starts to feel like a group, and then it makes me nervous sometimes. And it depends on what I'm talking about, depends on, various factors, but I really do struggle with public speaking. So I just felt that a lot yesterday. And so a note I actually wrote yesterday after this prompt, I wrote, the reason I'm here is not merely how to express my story, but how to share this emotion comfortably with others. So that's my personal mission for this writing workshop, and I'm really excited for it. I think it's actually just really fun too. So maybe I'll share little blips as I go through these different prompts, but for sure once I finally, God willing, craft my story, I would love to share it with you guys in what the final form will be. So that was it. I just wanted to share that, and hope you guys are having a nice day. And also, I got a new little gadget. I got a lot of, like, I'm in my new office. I'm gonna share this with you guys in a little bit. I am in a new office, and I got some, like, little gadgets and stuff. And one of the things I got was this microphone. So part of this video is me testing it out. I figured it'd be nice to have a vlogging mic, so I can actually just, have a little bit better audio in general. So anywho, I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.